Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Premier Injuries Daily Update. It is Thursday, the 20th of January, and I'm speaking ahead of game week 23. Now, we've already heard from 4 managers today. We still have Thomas Frank to come, so if there's anything major with regards to updates from him, we'll drop a video. If not, you can always check out the premierinjuries.com injury table or my Twitter timeline at Ben Dinnery for all of those latest updates. Right, let's kick things off. Marcelo Bielsa and Leeds United. We were expecting Patrick Bamford to return to the Leeds United squad this weekend against Newcastle. However, it was not meant to be. The striker has had another setback. Of course, he's been blighted with injury this season, going all the way back to game week 5, suffered that high ankle sprain against Newcastle. And on his return to the side, scored an equalising goal, limped off against Brentford with a hamstring issue. He was due back in the FA Cup. He then suffered a hip problem in training, and now this latest setback relates to his foot. Now, we have no definitive time frame at the moment, and indeed, we don't even have a definitive diagnosis on what the actual issue is, but suffice to say he will not be around to face Newcastle. However, on the flip side, there was better news with regards to Joe Gelhardt. He's recovering from an ankle problem, and also Tyler Roberts. He's had a calf issue in recent weeks. Now, both of those players are slightly ahead of schedule. They weren't due back until after the break, but they're going to be in contention for this weekend's squad. We know that Firpo and Adam Forshaw, both of those players picked up hamstring injuries at West Ham within around about 90 seconds of each other. Those players will not recover. Elsewhere, the treatment room pretty much remains the same. You know, the two big talking points, Liam Cooper, very much out long term. We will have Diego Llorente back in the squad. He served a 1-match ban after accumulating 5 yellow cards. Now, Norwich City, we heard from Dean Smith, first one of the day. It looks like the Canaries casualty list is beginning to ease. Lots to talk about here. Now, first and foremost, players who can potentially return this weekend. Max Aarons, he took a kick, dead leg up a glute thigh last weekend. He's fine. Brandon Williams, his was a fatigue-related withdrawal, cramp. He's absolutely fine. Kenny McLean, he missed out last weekend after testing positive for COVID. He's back in contention. However, what we've seen is Tim Krul go down late in the game against Everton with a shoulder issue. Now, Dean Smith confirms that's his AC joint, and he's been to see a specialist on Wednesday. Now, they're still waiting for those notes and that full assessment to come through to determine the severity of the problem. But certainly for now, as it stands, he is out of the game. Now, Angus Gunn will come in. He's had a couple of games already for Norwich this season. Didn't really impress, if the truth be known. But Dean Smith said he's been working hard on the training pitches, and he's determined to put that right and grab this opportunity with both hands. Elsewhere, now we have a host of players all targeting the FA Cup after the break. So Lucas Roop, hamstring, Billy Gilmore, ankle, Andrew Odumabelli, back, Matthias Normal after surgery on his pelvis. All of those players should be back in contention after the break. Christoph Zimmerman, he will play for the under-23s on Friday night after ankle surgery, so he is nearing a return. So good news with regards to that. Now, Southampton, Ralph Hasenhüttl, 2 players out of training as it currently stands. That's Tino Livramento. We know he's managing an ongoing meniscus injury in his knee. That's causing a little bit of fluid inflammation. Now, the club are deciding to manage that conservatively at the moment. No talk or suggestion of any surgery. See how he responds. And these early signs are that it's been fairly positive. There's been a good reaction there. Also, Will Smallbone, he remains out due to a calf problem. That means the Saints can, if needed, Theo Walcott and Elyounoussi, welcome them back into the squad following COVID. But of course, you know, with it being a respiratory problem, you know, those guys will maybe need to work their way back up in terms of a little bit of fitness and sharpness to be considered. So we watch and see with that one. And also the Friday night game, that involves Watford. And to be honest, you know, if Claudio Ranieri harbours any hope of keeping the Hornets in the top flight, then really they need 3 points from that. So in terms of their injuries, there's no fresh concerns. It's a clean bill of health. It's a similar squad to what they have at Newcastle. Ben Foster returned to the squad up there, so he's a big boost. Also, there may be, we've had another week of training for the likes of Christian Kabasele and also Francisco Serralta, so they may be forcing their way into that starting 11. There may be 1 or 2 tweaks, waiting for Emmanuel Dennis to bang. Has had 2 fairly disappointing games this year for their talismanic Watford striker. He is the main man to go to, but whether it's carrying a little bit of a knock, which we know he picked up against Tottenham, or whether it's a little bit of carryover from his the club's refusal to release him for the AFCON, we don't know. But like I say, he has been struggling, but emphasis is going to be on the likes of him and Josh King to really carry Watford through during the second half of the season. So that's it for now. As I mentioned, Thomas Frank will still to come. We also have one AFL Cup semi-final second leg as well, with Mikel Arteta and Jurgen Klopp will be speaking in and around those games. So again, if there's anything pertinent with regards to team news, availability and injuries, then we will release them probably through social media or the injury table. And maybe if we get a chance tomorrow, we will release a video, but given the tight turnaround, I cannot guarantee that one. So for now, that's all. If you have any comments or questions, pop them in the box below. And if you're not a subscriber, please do. It really means a lot and it helps us greatly. So we speak to you all again very soon.